Hello, welcome to my channel. Here's to another mixed media journaling session with moi. Starting off, I'll just be taping up the middle spine here to protect my other completed pages behind from any potential leakages. Some leakage here from the previous spread at the page behind, so gotta cover that up. Okay, I got here an old Chinese book I got for free from a neighborhood shop. The uncle put out these books for free takeaways. Upon hoarding a whole stack, he was so happy to see they'd still be read. Yeah. Anyways, tearing them up. Gotta tear the straight edges. That's that. Oh, before that, gotta line my back pages with rough art papers for protection. I'll be using my matte Mod Podge just for the reason it's the nearest glue right now. Place the papers down. Oh yeah, I'm using this cheap silicone brush. These papers are just for the background purposes for me to start off my spread. That's my style of doing mixed media. I seldom start off without some sort of textured or pattern paper. Well, dry that up. I have this old stencil. Yeah, using that. And this Winsor & Newton modeling paste. I'm just gonna stencil in on the sides there. The bottom left there. And the top. Blending down the edges of the stencil paste a bit. And clean the stencil. Always clean your stencils. Of course, to dry your paste. Next, I have this box of acrylic paints. Taking that blue and the brown. Just a smidge of the brown first. Little goes a long way. Most of these art supplies aren't exactly cheap. But if you're rich, sure, waste all you want. So anyways, with that wet, lousy brush, I'll attempt to start coloring some areas. Honestly, at this stage, I don't exactly have any plan. Just go where my hand feels destined. Yep, mop out the drain paint in the middle for more usage. Now let's move to the blue paint. Another smidge, not too much. I'm using watercolor paper, by the way, from the brand called Monologue, consisting of 200 GSM paper, not gessoed if you'd noticed. Basically covering areas that I've not yet colored. Now I'm going to add more of that yellowy brown color, just to saturate some areas. Got a mix of green now. Introducing a bit of black acrylic paint to give some watery dark spots. Make them flow to those texture paste ridges. Next, I'm bringing in this acrylic paint by Folk Art, Cardinal Red. Smidge fail. Color in some parts. Gotta blot out the drain colors in the spine. This gesso by Diller and Roney. I'm gonna blend in those Chinese paper edges. Sure, I could have done this earlier, but oh well. Then touch up with more of that red. Adding more blue too, since I did in fact neglected the middle spine since earlier. A bit more goldenrod color. Touch up with more blacks. Zip up more of that drainage. Giving the bottom some dark edges. Dry them all up. Here's an old honeycomb-like stencil. I'm gonna use it with my old sponge dabber. Saw more stocks at my recent Daiso visit, so got these 2 more. But for now, I'll reuse this oldie. So with that leftover red paint there, I'll dab in some stenciling randomly around. Gonna do some tiny black splatters. Splatters on my hand. I'm actually liking how it's ending up like some old vintagey colored background. Dry, dry, dry. Here's a sheet of AI generated characters I did, printed with a laser printer, choosing that lady. Let's cut her out. There she is. I'm gonna use here this Winsor & Newton matte medium. Just a little bit first. Spread it out. And paste her down. By the way, I printed her on normal copy paper. I prefer that than die cuts because even if I tear out the layers of backing of those, I still hate the prominent thickness. Then again, that's just my preferences. Dry her up. Since she's a bit too fair-skinned, I'll try to make her skin cohesive with the background colors. Just barely and watery. Not forgetting those uncut spaces between her curls. Let's just dry her up. Here's my humble set of Faber-Castell Pitt pens. Using that brown one first. Basically trying to blend in the curl spaces there. Now I'm gonna attempt giving her some shadows. Instead of these pens, I'm going to switch to this intense green pencil for the shadows. By the way, it has come to my attention that there are some sad people in the journaling community who looks down at people who do art journals. Apparently, according to their smart alec minds, journaling is basically just pen and paper, writing. They even call out us mixed media folks who do mixed media journaling. Initially, I was speechless at their reprehension. Like, how are people so into gatekeeping? To them, we only do this for the camera. Seriously, the gall of some people. Sad how their minds are so full of negative thoughts, always hindering people having a hobby that makes people happy. Like I said on my other fanfiction journaling videos, the journal is a book that you either bought or received. It's yours to do whatever you like with it. Don't let some sad, worthless person stop you from doing what you want with the book. Dry up. Here's my booklet of self-printed quotes in black and white, 2 different fonts. Taking this phrase, the past does not equal the future. Cut it in 2. Paste them down. A bit of matte medium again. With a dry brush, secure the quotes down. Dry that all up. Next, I have here this charcoal pencil by Color, giving the quote some drop shadow. Then using my fingers to smudge them out. And I think I'll stop right there for this spread. Trim off those protruding tapes. And that's done. I am actually quite happy how this spread turned out. The girl in the first place, my AI prompt was vintage Malay woman, and the whole colorful background has a very vintage tone to it. Suits the color of her clothes too. I may say it's a bit too overcrowded, but I feel it suits the lady. Just a simple solo focal image. So I guess that's about it. I thank you guys for watching up till here. Till then, happy arting and bye bye.